I'm not sure if this is the right look or not. What do you think? Let me read you the text that goes with it. Once there was a beautiful young princess who was blinded to the power of her beauty by the fierce storm that raged within her soul. Though invisible to all she met, the storm so dominated her life, she was oblivious to all who were around her. I don't know. At least it's a start.
To Emily, the courageous, I long to know my picture hangs in the gallery of your heart. Come with me to the wedding song. Read and open up your heart, for this is the poetry of the Lamb. God is in love with you, and the portrait he would have you hang in your heart is a song of a bride and groom. Widen this lovely invitation to intimacy until its secret joys are all your own.
What you working on?
Did you sneak up on everybody like that? It's not for public viewing. That's what it is.
Well, it looks pretty good to me.
May I have your attention, please? All third-floor personnel of the New Day Publishing Company are cordially invited to the break room to partake of the cream-filled donuts provided for you by your spirit-filled friend, Phil Davidson. Hey, the blessing begins in 2 minutes, guys. PTL.
You want a donut?
Are you kidding? I'm already gagging on his invitation. If I eat one of his donuts, I will barf.
Come on, don't be so rough on old Phil.
Old Phil deserves a rough time.
He's really not so bad once you get to know him.
Smile.
A little warning, please.
Good morning, ladies. Hey, this is the day the Lord hath made. Won't you come with us and rejoice in it?
Afraid I'm fresh out of rejoicing, Phil.
I'm sorry to hear that, Emily, because you know what they say. It pays to praise.
Emily's afraid to eat anything. Her stomach's feeling a little queasy.
Ah.
Hey, Phil, you better come pray, man. There's drool on the toilet.
That'll be a great picture. Hey, Em, I do hope you feel better. Oh, and Em, hey, we'll stand in the gap for you this morning.
Somebody needs to stand in the gap between that guy's ears. Or better yet, just fill it with concrete.
Emily, what is the deal?
Oh, it's just plastic. It's fake. It's like he has made in China written across the back of his neck.
Well, I'm getting a donut.
Okay, people, settle down. It's time to get started.
But what about Emily?
What about Emily?
She's not here. What if something happened to her?
Well, Emily knows when we begin our meetings. She's been coming to these group sessions longer than any of you. Well, frankly, I feel like lately she's been taking you good people for granted, so we will begin without her.
Suits me fine. One less person to deal with.
But what if she's hurt and needs our help?
Yeah, if she drove her car, she got hit by a semi. Those guys fly low, right through town.
Excuse me, I said we'd begin without her. Now, Catherine, why don't we start with you? Why don't you share with the group how you did on your assignment?
Well, this week I was concentrating on overcoming my fear that the dog would get out and then
she got mugged. I just know some got mugged and she lived in an alley somewhere bleeding to death.
Oh my gosh, I bet you're right. Oh, the poor thing is probably in agony somewhere.
Oh, come on.
Poor thing is probably bleeding.
Well, Miss
and
Worth.
something out.
How kind of you to join us.
I'm sorry.
I think you owe this group an apology. They've been worried sick about you.
Not me, I wasn't
Sam.
worried. But everyone else? Well, yeah, they were worried sick.
I'm sorry, really. I would never want to make any of you worry.
Oh, that's all right, dear. We just thank God that you're all right.
I doubt seriously that God had anything to do with her personal safety or her tardiness. And I must continue to remind each one of you that you and you alone are responsible for your actions and your reactions. That has to do also with your personal safety and your promptness. Now, Catherine, you were beginning to share with the group. Excuse me. Miss Worth, perhaps you and I should visit just for a moment after the session tonight. Privately?
Certainly, Dr. Mensah.
Good. Okay, let's continue. Catherine? Emily, you've been in and out of one workshop or another for so many years, you could have earned a master's degree by now.
It's only been 3 or 4 years.
Well, I choose not to ask you in front of the rest of the group, but I would venture to say that the reason you were late tonight is because you were visiting the cemetery again. Emily, you are much too bright and much too beautiful to continue to live in such torment.
Well, it's not, it's not like I choose to be frightened and lonely.
Well, I want you to continue in group, be on time, and afterwards we'll meet together, just you and I. No charge. We'll meet just as friends.
My dear, will you pray? His name is Paul.
I'm more confused than ever, Grandpa Godfrey. I don't understand what Dr. Mensah expects from me. I don't understand these images I see. I miss you. You always knew what to do. To Emily the courageous.
To Emily, the courageous. Walk not in the company of skeptics, those who claim superior wisdom and doubt God, merely to pursue their own selfish moral plans. Blessed is she who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, but finds delight in obeying the word of God. Obey God and live free. The Psalmist.
Sorry. Didn't mean to startle you.
Don't worry about it. What do you need, Phil?
Well, actually, I was thinking maybe there's something that you need.
Then what could you possibly have?
Like maybe a raspberry-filled donut. Huh? I don't know. I just thought that maybe since you never seemed to have time to join us in the break room, I thought maybe I should, I don't know, just bring some, sweets for the sweet.
I was, ooh, excuse me. I didn't mean to.
Okay, JJ, come on in. You were just getting ready to leave anyway, right?
Yeah, actually, first I was going to tell you that maybe this should change.
Emily, you have a donut.
Phil just brought it.
That was so sweet. You are so sweet, Phil. And it's filled. What kind?
Raspberry. It's raspberry.
Raspberry? That's Emily's favorite. You don't usually get raspberry, do you?
Not usually, no.
You know what? Like I said, you were just leaving, right?
Okay, yeah, I just, I have a little something for each of you. JJ, this one's for you. And here's yours, Miss Emily.
Oh, gee. Thanks, Phil. This will go really good with all the other pictures you've given us.
Okay, I'm leaving. Actually, Em, how's the artwork coming on this princess story here?
Okay, well, at this point, I'm just waiting on the story editor to give me the rest of the copy. Let's see. I think that would be, it's you! That is you!
It is indeed. Yes, you know what, though? I'm working hard on it to make sure that it's just right. I mean, as the Bible says, do everything as if you're doing it unto the Lord, right?
So God doesn't mind if things are late.
Hey, to God, a day is like 1,000 years, you know?
Is that how long I have to wait?
What part of the story does this
okay,
go with?
You know what?
Here?
Don't touch my stuff. Here.
Okay, one day, the princess announced to the kingdom, I will give this, the golden crown of my soul, to anyone who can stop the winds and call to peace the inner storm at the center of my heart. At first, none ventured to the palace, but on the first day of the festival of frost, there came a wizard in a silver robe. Okay, I will get you the next part by the end of the day.
Just do it Monday. I'm not going to work on it on the weekend anyway.
Oh, hey, speaking of the weekend, how would you ladies like to join me at church on Sunday? Our pastor's beginning a new series on the last days. I think he's calling it Get Right or Get Left.
Oh, that's clever.
So you'll go?
It's tempting. No.
How about you, Jody?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna get going. I'll see you two later. Hey, either here, there, or, in the air. Oh, hey. PTL.
Okay.
Big PTL right back at ya. Give me a break, Jody. The guy's like a chatty Cathy doll. You just pull his string and out comes some Christian cliche.
He reminds me a little more of a Ken doll, if you catch my drift.
Please. The only resemblance he has to a Ken doll is that they're both plastic.
Oh, come on, Emily. Don't be so hard on him. You know, some of the girls actually think he's cute.
And what is this supposed to mean?
You don't want to know.
Jody?
It's an acrostic. It means God loves you, and so do I.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not.
And you know that because?
No, I know because...
Never mind. No. I don't want to know. I don't know anything. I don't want to know. Go in the garbage. And I'm going to work.
Weren't you the young lady who was in the hall the other night when the paramedics...
Yeah, Paul.
Yes, Paul. Yes, that's his name.
How is he?
He's doing better. The chemo makes him real weak sometimes, and he has trouble breathing. Sometimes he can't get enough oxygen and just passes out. So they say all I can do is call an ambulance.
Well, that's good he's doing better.
I'm headed to the hospital now to pick him up. Got his Sunday clothes right here. That boy won't miss church for anything.
That's good. He's getting out of the hospital.
I'm sorry if we disturbed you.
Oh, no, I was just reading. I mean, it's fine. It's no big deal.
Oh, well, I better go. Can't be late. You keep praying for Polly.
Yeah, I'm gonna be late, so. I have had an interesting morning. I know you believed in the power of prayer. So did I. Until you got sick and it didn't work. I know it's been a long time, but I just can't bring myself to try it again. Not even for a sick little boy.
I thought I might find you here.
You startled me. I'm not used to anyone else being out here.
I can imagine the neighbors are rather quiet. I went by the apartment and nobody was there, so Emily, would you join me for a walk?
Okay.
So, do you come here often?
No, almost. I mean, excuse me, I do come here a lot.
Easy, easy, easy. I'm not here to scold you. I'm really here to help.
Well, I don't know how you can help. You've been trying to help for years, right?
Okay, that's true. But I do have a renewed purpose in helping you, Emily.
You do?
Yeah. You see, Emily, I don't know if this is just a product of sheer repetitious exposure, or if I've just been simply blind all these years. But I suddenly have the need to help you for very selfish reasons. I want to see you more often, if I can.
Dr. Mensah,
Harold. Call me Harold, please.
I don't know if I can do that.
Oh, you'll get used to it.
I don't know.
Emily, we only have a short time here on this earth. And well, once we move into this neighborhood, it's all over, babe. We have to make the most of the time now. We have to embrace the life that we have now. We have to enjoy the people that we're with now. Emily, that's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to help you to stop living in the past and quit putting off your future. I want you to learn how to enjoy the now. Emily?
To Emily, the courageous, come up to true wisdom, the counsel of God. Learn the requirements of God. Find the joy that results from obedience to those requirements. Seek to understand the wisdom of the ages. Then delight yourself in His commandments.
You did what?
I went to church with Phil.
JJ, are you that hard up for a date?
Oh, it wasn't exactly a date. I went to church with him, and then we got some Chinese, and then we went to his place for lunch.
You went to his apartment?
It's not.
Are you crazy? Seriously?
It's not like he's some ex-murderer or drug dealer. It was almost normal part of the time.
May I have your attention, please? All third-floor personnel are invited to partake in the break room of the ritual of the Holy Donut, designed to remind us all that God is holy and that He desires for each of us to live a holy life. Now, these donuts are provided for you by the one and only Holy God, and also, delivered by His holy servant and, hey, your friend, Phil Davidson. And the blessing begins in 2 minutes, guys. PTL. Hey, Em. Hey, oh, wait, hold on, you two. Just a second. Smile. Nice. Hey, check these out. I took these of you guys last week. I think they might be your best yet. What do you think, huh?
Yeah, I
Take
really
them.
like
Hey, guys,
these.
hold it right there. Don't you look beautiful? Hey, JJ, you gonna join us?
Yes, sure. In a minute.
Here is yours. Raspberry-filled, Miss Emily. Enjoy it. Hey, you should take care. You look beautiful.
Almost normal, JJ.
Can I have your dressing?
I don't need dressing.
No, that's why I thought I would eat yours too.
Well, I didn't get any.
Why not?
Because I don't like it.
But I do.
Em! Hey, you go, bud. There you go. Hey! Oh, praise the Lord. I thought I would never find you guys.
Kind of invited him.
Hey, good shot. Right here. Em, Miss Emily Worth, hard at work, even on her lunch hour? What's up with that?
You know.
Oh, what a beautiful day the Lord has made. I'll tell you what, it would be just like him to come back for his church on a day like today. Oh, PTL, girls, PTL!
Help me!
What happened?
I don't know. We were playing ball and he just passed out.
Okay, first thing we have to do is get him breathing again, all right? Emily, call 911! JJ, give me some ice over here!
Holly, can you hear me?
Mommy! Daddy!
Em, you got him?
Hello? Yeah, there's this little boy, and I'm not sure what's wrong with him.
Waiting is a hard thing to do. Hey, Em, I think it would help me pass the time if we went over the last part of the princess story. You know, since we're supposed to be at work and home.
Yeah, that'd be fine, Phil.
Okay, let's see. I think we were up to the part where the silver wizard enters the story.
Yeah.
The storm at the center of your heart comes from a tiny portrait of yourself that hangs there. Now, since you believe it to be hideous, we must replace the picture with the true picture.
Go back. What did you say before?
To where?
You said something about when you believe, it believes to be, what did you say?
Because you believe? Okay, since you believe? Okay. Since you believe it to be hideous, we must replace the picture with the true picture of yourself. Now, the princess looked at the tiny, you can play the princess here, okay? She looked at the tiny picture and she began
I'm not going to play the princess.
Why?
We're in a hospital.
Well, JJ, you can play the princess, okay? She began to weep. Jay, you're laughing, you're not crying. All right. I'll play the princess. Princess looked at the tiny picture and she began to weep. This can't be me, she said to the wizard. This won't.
Phil,
All right. This can't be me, she said. This woman is beautiful and at peace. Oh, what it is. And I prescribe for you the cure. You must lay perfectly still on your back with this tiny canvas on your chest. All right. On your chest until it moves inside you to settle on the easel of your heart and replace the ugly picture that now causes your storm. Now, the princess tried for 7 days, but still her storm raged on. What?
Thank you all for coming with me. It really means a lot to have people around who care.
What's the word?
They want to keep him overnight for observation. The cancer doctor says I may not have him around much longer, so we want to make his last weeks or days as normal for him as possible. He's always loved to play outside. It's just so hot right now.
Gladys, I know that church is doing a lot to help you out, but I mean, is there anything more that we can do?
That's where I've seen you. We go to the same church.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard to get to know everybody personally, but I've been praying for you and Paul for a long time.
That's the most important thing. However, if there is something more that you'd like to do.
Anything, you name it. Anything. Anything at all. What do you...
He gets awfully lonely sometimes. Other kids don't know how to relate to him. Adults are afraid they'll get too attached.
You know what? Say no more. Meet Paulie's new best friends. Ladies, this is Jody Johnston.
Glad to meet you.
Better known as JJ, and this is Emily Worth.
Emily, I believe we're neighbors.
Yes, we are.
Hey, can we say hello to Paul before we get back to work?
I think that can be arranged,
Yeah?
especially since you saved his life.
Oh, PTL. Right, ladies? You gonna be okay?
Yep. Right, PTL.
JJ, I'm going home. No, I'm gonna go home.
Good, Janice. Thank you. Thank you. Miss Worth, you've been awfully quiet tonight. Why don't you share with the group what you've been working on this week?
Well, actually, I'd like to share something that happened a few days ago.
Miss Worth, is this something that you and I should discuss privately first?
No, there's no reason for that.
Really?
I met this little boy and his mom. Well, actually, I met his mom earlier, kind of. I didn't really get her name then, but I did this time. Her name's Gladys, and her son's name's Paul, and she calls him Polly.
Miss Worth, is there some point to all of this? We're running extremely short on time.
Yes, sir. There is a point. Polly has cancer, and the doctors haven't given him much of a chance. He's all that Gladys has, almost. I mean, she does have a faith in God, which she says gives her strength.
Miss Worth, I don't
And she's
think...
asked me to pray for her and for Polly. And she wanted to know if there were other people that could do the same. I'm not much of a prayer, so I thought that maybe I could just ask you guys to see if you guys could pray for her.
Okay, Miss Worth, I don't think this is an appropriate way to spend our precious time. And I certainly think that, like yourself, these good people have better things to do with their time than spend it talking with somebody that can't hear them, because he simply isn't there.
I'll pray for them, Emily.
Yeah, me too.
For he has heard our voices. Now he is ours. Let us call on him throughout our lives, for God is compassionate. He delights when hopelessness is confronted. And now, we who had no hope live once again. Now we shall forever walk with the Lord. We shall walk with him in the land of the living. And how shall we ever repay so great a debt of grace? We cannot. But this we will do. We will lift the cup of our salvation till at last we pass those grand gates of life. Then we shall praise him evermore. The Psalmist.
You know, Polly was an unexpected blessing. We were told we would never be able to have children, so when her father died a year after he was born, Bill has become the man that he never had in his life. He loves you both so much.
Well, Polly is a very special little boy.
Yes, he is. And what about the big guy?
What about him?
He's pretty special too, don't you think?
Yeah, I suppose he is.
Well, it's written all over his face every time he's with you. You know, pretty soon, he's gonna have a lot of love, a lot of time to invest someplace else.
Don't say that.
I don't mean to alarm you, but it's the truth. The doctors say it could be any day now. Emily, you and Phil have given Polly and me a gift that has changed our lives forever. I hope you'll do as much for yourself.
It's not like I intentionally disrupted the balance of the group. I wanted to be there, but I've been spending a lot of time with Gladys and Polly.
Emily, what you need to know is that you yourself are in serious need of help. I mean, what makes you think that you have anything to offer anybody else?
Up until a few weeks ago, I would have agreed with you. You know, and to be totally honest, I don't know if I have anything to offer anybody. But I know that I made a contribution into the lives of these people.
No, thank you.
And it felt really good to be a contributor. The pastor said in church this Sunday.
Great. Now they have that you going to church with them and quoting the pastor. We've lost a lot more ground than I thought, Emily. Do not answer that.
Hello? Is it serious? Okay, I'll meet you there.
There's absolutely no reason for you to go. There's nothing you can do.
Gladys needs me.
No, Emily. You only think she needs
I can
you.
be there, and I'm going to.
Emily, this could be the last straw. How am I supposed to help you if you won't even listen? Can I get some service here?
Hey, you ready? Let's go. Come on.
I don't know what to say.
Em, nobody knows what to say at a time like this.
We have to say something, Phil.
I'll tell you what I'd like to say. I'd like to say that this stinks. It's totally unfair, and that God should pick on somebody his own size rather than making a widow and her young son suffer the way they have. That's what I feel like saying. But I know that's not what I need to say. I don't need to make things any worse than they already are, you know. I guess I just have to believe that God means what he says in his word about giving us the right thing to say when we need it. Let's go.
I'm letting you do the talking.
He's been waiting for you.
Hey, buddy. Hey, we came as quick as we heard. Emily's here, and JJ's coming. The whole team's gonna be here to pull you through this, okay?
He's gone.
You have to come with Grandpa, sweetheart.
Gladys. Hey, he doesn't hurt anymore. He's not weak anymore. Gladys, he's running and he's playing faded Jesus.
Why can't it be that way here? I need him here. I need him healthy here. I need him running and playing here. It's all I have, Phil. It's all I have.
Gladys. All I know, Gladys, is that God said he would never give us more than we can handle. He'll give us what we need, okay? He'll give us what we need, okay?
Well, it doesn't feel that way right now.
What?
Hey, it's time to rise, shine, and give God the glory.
I'm not ready to rise, and I'm certainly not shining.
All right, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me start over.
Okay. Hello?
Hey, tough night, huh?
Yeah.
Listen, meet me at the park about 8. We need to go over the last part of the Princess story, okay?
9?
8:30. My final bid. See you there.
What are you doing?
I'm in therapy.
Therapy?
Yeah. Meet Dr. Mallard and Dr. Teal over there. And here's Dr. Whatever you call the white ones. You know what I like best about the ducks?
I'm afraid to guess.
Well, I like it when they're just sort of grubbing on the bottom of the pond. And their front half is pointed straight down at the water, but their back half is pointed straight up at the sky. No pride. No, they just grub away at life with no apparent concern for the view the rest of the world has of them.
Therapy.
Well, I start with the ducks. Hey, buddy. And then I just, I stare out the lake. And for my final step, I lay down on my back and I just stare up into the deep blue sky for as long as I can. It's both effective and cheap.
I might have to give it a try. So, do I do it like this?
Yeah, yeah, that'll work.
I just stare in the sky?
Yeah. Yeah, and then eventually, you close your eyes. Close your eyes.
I did.
And imagine yourself just floating through the universe, just looking at all God made and thanking Him that you get to live right smack dab in the middle of it all.
Okay, I'm floating.
Are you? Okay. Now, while you're out there, you with me?
Yes.
Okay. While you're out there, look around and see if you can find the beautiful princess.
All right. There she is.
You got her? Okay. Now look closely. You see the silver wizard?
Yes, but he's far in the background.
Right. Good. Good job, Em. That's right where he should be. Okay, what about the golden guru?
He's watching the princess, and she's holding a tiny portrait and a huge book.
Okay, and?
And she looks sad and thin and pale.
Right, right. But now, it is the spring. And on the third day of the Litany of Life, there appears the Kingdom Carpenter. And he asks her for the tiny portrait. This is what you want to be, he says to her? How foolish. It's the self-same picture that's already inside you. Then he takes his hand and he bravely reaches it towards her heart, and thrusting it inside, he pulls it back instantly. And in it, he holds the inner picture that lay at the center of her storm. Now, she can see that the two pictures are completely identical, right? So, he says to her, "You're only trying to be what you already are." And then he takes the pictures and he holds them up to the sun like this, until they just melt in the solar flame. Voila! And then he says to her, "Stare at this." And he extends his right hand. And she can see that it's torn and lacerated with a deep, deep wound. This I gained in loving you. You are the picture at the center of my heart. And when I'm the picture at the center of your heart, the storm in your soul will die, and the winds in your heart will cease.
Go on.
Go on to what?
To finish the story. It can't just end there.
Well, it is and it isn't, I guess. I mean, and we all carry in our heart of hearts what we long to be. For some, it's simply a better version of what they already are.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, nothing, as long as you're willing to settle for less than the best. See, but those who long for the best long to be like Christ. They desire to be what only he can make them. And I'll tell you, Em, it's far greater than any self-help book or psychiatrist can hope for. I mean, his pain is our gain. It is.
Why is everything you say saturated in God talk? I can almost handle it when it's real and I know it's from your heart, but you sum up everything in a religious cliche. And I got news for you. This life we live in is not neatly wrapped in religious words. And if you don't believe me, just ask Gladys. I gotta go. Here you go.
Thank you. If you would pass along to Phil all that we had talked about, I would be very grateful. I've tried to reach him all day and I can't find him anywhere.
Yeah, well, Phil's had a rough day today.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that you know how God has comforted me today. Last night, I felt so abandoned. I guess anybody would. When my husband died, I felt like there was this hole in my heart. And this Polly's death feels like my whole heart is gone. I can't even imagine how lonely the days ahead will be. But God brought you and Phil into my life. For years, I've heard people talk about how God gave them what they needed to get through difficult times. But now I understand firsthand what they were saying. Thank you. Oh, I've kept you long enough. You go and answer your phone. I'll talk to you later. Come here. I'll show myself out. Go ahead and answer before they give up.
Hello?
Hello, Emily? Emily?
Dr. Mensah, is that you?
It's Harold. I thought we had crossed over that hurdle.
Yeah, we are. You just caught me by surprise.
Well, what's so surprising about a man calling a beautiful young lady who's been too busy to see him and ask if he can come over?
Here? You want to come over here?
Well, yeah, I have something that I really think that will help you.
Okay, just give it to me at the next meeting.
Emily, you've outgrown group. I really feel at this point private sessions would better serve your needs.
Really?
Well, ever since your church experience, I feared that you've been schooling yourself in self-rejection and guilt. Look, Emily, preachers stay in business telling people that they're sinners. You'll never get better unless you discipline your thinking. So I have a little sign for you. I want you to put on your car mirror, your bathroom mirror, your computer at work, and repeat these words over and over again every time you see them. It goes like this. I'm okay. You're okay. It's okay.
You know what? There's just one problem with that.
Yes?
I'm not okay. And you're not okay. And it's not okay, whatever it is. You know, and I'm convinced that trying to make myself believe I'm okay is a waste of time, energy, and money. You know what? I may not even know the answers yet, okay, but I am certain of this. Your way of thinking has done nothing to help me find it. Thank you for your interest, but I'm going to have to decline your offer. Goodbye, Dr. Mensah.
Hello? Hello?
Wow, sounds like you were 2 for 2 yesterday.
I just don't know if that's a good thing or a bad one.
May I have your attention, please? I got some stuff for breakfast. If you guys wanted it, it's in the break room. So,
What did you do with the real Phil?
I better go check on him.
Hey, Phil. Say the blessing, man, so we can chow down, huh?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna let everybody say their own today, man.
You're kidding.
Hey. Hi. Hey, Joe.
Oh, good. Phil, you got donut holes. You never get donut holes.
Well, I don't know. I guess I just thought the donuts looked a little bit sad, I guess. Just laying there all empty and hollow inside. You know, so I figured, why not get the whole pieces since nothing else will fit right. And, well, they're the perfect fit to fill the emptiness, right?
You know, sometimes I think you take things way too seriously.
Phil, I need to talk to you, please. What I said yesterday was mean, and it was insensitive. And I know...
True. No, it was absolutely true. And I gotta thank you for pointing it out to me.
Okay, stop. Let me make this up to you. I'd like to buy you dinner tonight.
Well, at the risk of sounding offensive, I don't think it's really that appropriate for a woman to buy a man dinner, but I would enjoy buying yours. And afterwards, there's a place I'd like to show you.
Okay.
All right.
Phil, why are we here?
Em, I think there's something you need to know about me. Come on. Come on. And there was a time a few years ago when this was my home.
What? You worked here?
No, I lived here. I was an inmate. I spent 4 years here because of drugs. It was a just punishment, though. I deserved every bit of it. And what began as the worst thing that ever happened to me became the best.
Phil, you're not making any sense. And besides, this place is closed. It gives me the creeps, and I want to go.
I'd been here a couple years, and I still had an attitude. Thought I was the baddest guy in town. And then one night, a gang of inmates decided to show me how wrong I was. And they nearly beat me to death before the guards could stop. As I was laying up there in that prison hospital, just wondering if I would live or die, I saw a crucifix on the wall. I'd been raised in church enough to know the story that went with that cross. I don't know, in that fleeting moment, I saw Jesus hanging on that cross. All beat up and bleeding. just like me. And as his eyes met mine, suddenly I realized that his wounds were the result of his love for me. And that because of that love, no one was hopeless. No sin unforgivable. Anyway, that experience in this awful place changed my life forever.
Phil, I understand what you're saying, but I just really want to go. There's something really weird about this place.
Okay. Okay, we'll go in a second. I want you to see the window of the room that I was in. It's over here. Take a look, Emma. It's the third window from the center there. You see it?
See that light up there? Mm-hmm. That's where your daddy is. You stay right here and wait for him. He'll be to get you. Please don't make this hard on Mama. It's for the best. He'll be to get you. Please don't make this hard on Mama.
I need to go.
Walk with me quiet. Walk with me slow. With watered down coffee and words of gold. 'Cause I can feel the edges of these things when I hear you speak to me. So walk with me. Walk with me. Walk with me empty. Walk with me strong. The hush of our voices, and the day seems so long.
to talk to you.
So you had trouble sleeping?
Yes, I did.
Me too. Look, Em, I'm sorry I upset you.
No, it wasn't you, really. It wasn't you.
It felt like it was. Anyway, I brought you something.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for being so thoughtful.
Well, just a donut, you know.
So can I read you something?
Yeah, sure.
To Emily the Courageous. Come and let us love the Lord as one. For he has heard our voices. Now he is ours. Let us call on him throughout life. God is compassion. He delights when hopelessness is confronted. And now, we who had no hope live life once again. Now shall we forever walk before the Lord, in the land of the living. How shall we ever repay so great a debt of grace? We cannot, but this we will do. We shall lift up the cup of his salvation till we pass at last the gates of life. The Psalmist. I can't honestly say that I understand everything I just read, but I can say that when I read it, it really felt like the truth. And I can't imagine anyone else helping me to understand what it all means except for you.
Walk with me quiet. Walk with me slow. I've watered down coffee, words of gold. 'Cause I can feel the edges of these things when I hear you speak to me. So walk with